Hey guys, so guess what I did? I did an ancestry test and I'm so excited. So, why did I do it? The reason I did it was because I travel a lot. I travel around the world a lot because of my job. And whenever I travel, people don't believe that I am African and they don't really know what's colored, like the concepts of colored. It's a specific concept and identity to South Africa. And if I tell people I'm from Africa or South Africa, they're like, no, you're Asian, you're Indian, you're from South America, Latin America, you're Brazilian, you're Mexican. I don't ever get African, and people don't believe me. They find it hard to believe. And I was curious. So my parents are colored, their parents are colored, and so the mix is so much that it's hard to understand your roots when you're colored. It's hard to understand your true identity. And I think a lot of us South Africans are plagued by this South African coloreds, I should say, are plagued by this when it's a Heritage Day in South Africa and we have to think of our roots and how to dress according to our heritage. Some families can trace their lineage and others can't. Like some of us will say, oh, you're Dutch, you're Indian. So this is what I thought because of an Afrikaans Dutch surname. Thought, okay, I have Dutch, and I thought, okay, I have Indian Mauritian because my grandmother has Indian Mauritian ancestry, so I thought that's what will show up. But to my surprise, the first thing that's the highest percentage from my ancestry is Khoisan. So I am Khoisan, 16% Khoisan. And I was so excited when I found this out. I was going around the office telling everybody that I'm the most African person there. Because the Khoisan are the indigenous people of this country and they were here first and it's as African as you can get. So I was super, super excited. And then followed by Khoisan was a South Asian, and that is 14%. And a lot of the percentages are small, so it's like an average of like 10% of each identity, which is like so interesting and how diluted and compounded this colored identity is. So South Asian was 14%, it was Indian. South Asian represents Indian, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. But of course we know it's Indian because I'm from Durban with the highest Indian population outside of India and knowing my grandmother's roots. So that was intuitive for me, what I expected and thought I'd find. And then the third one, believe it or not, is Northern Europe. And that's the Nordic countries, which I was super surprised to find. Like, how is that number 3? And this is like Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Estonia, Latvia. How? Where? Which? This is so super interesting. And that was 12%. And then only the Western Europe, which would be like the Netherlands, France, Ireland, England. And then that's where I can, of course, trace the Dutch sort of ancestry. And then number 5 is Bantu speaking. Number 5 is Bantu speaking, that's 10%, and that would be Zulu, Xhosa. That's what I think. And I know the family also has roots in Matatiele, that's Eastern Cape. And of course, coming from KwaZulu-Natal, the Zulu is there. And after that, which is 9.88%, which is close to the 10%, it's like so close to the 10% of the Bantu speaking, is West Africa, which is Nigeria, Ghana, Ivory Coast. Interesting. And then, okay, going below 10% now would be Central Asia, Southeast Asia, Southern Europe, Central Africa, Eastern Africa, and then Oceania. So that's me. That's my ancestry. I am Khoisan people, for the record. I am going to be claiming the land. Thank you.